Hello and welcome to SwitchedOn, Paul speaking, and today you're going to be looking at a new game, and that is PGA TOUR 2K21, and this comes from HB Studios, who are veterans of the golf game now. This is a fourth or fifth entry in the golf club series, and this one's rebranded to the PGA Tour, and they've partnered, of course, with 2K Games this time around to bring you a more authentic licensed experience. So first of all, straight off the bat, I just want to say a big thank you to not only getting a review copy of this one from 2K, but also to HB Studios and 2K Games for actually bothering to bring this to the Switch. I've been crying out for a golf game on the Switch pretty much since the Switch launched, and so some 3 years into the lifespan of the console now, we finally have a golf game worthy of the name. None of this silly crazy golf and putting nonsense. It's a fully fledged game, and it's not without its flaws, of course. You'd probably be expecting that. Not probably as bad as you're expecting it to be, but with that said, it is the fully fledged experience. So again, full credit to 2K and HB for bringing over, again, as much as they can. 2K do tend to do this with their games, with the NBA games, and then we saw last year with, or earlier this year with the series of games they brought out, XCOM, Borderlands, Bioshock. They really do put a lot of effort into their ports. Some people might disagree with me, but I think they've done a great job for the Switch. So let's have a quick look. This is going to be a series of videos this week. Just picked up the game, but I've been playing it on the PC for since the launch day, so I'm quite well versed in how the game plays. So it'd be quite nice to maybe compare the two. I don't like to do straight comparisons and put the Switch down, because that's not fair. They're different systems and different power outputs and stuff. But yeah, I'll be able to tell you some of the things that are different. So let's have a quick look at this. Start with this home menu. You can browse everything from here, and we'll go through each of the settings. We've got the MYPLAYER. So here you can customise your own golfer using quite an extensive player editor. It's quite decent. I've not bothered with myself creating a likeness. Just picked one of the presets for now. But on my PC save, I've put a little bit of effort into the looking at. Got not the world's worst likeness to me, and I actually got some virtual currency as well bundled in with the PC version. So I've been able to equip myself with some accessories like glasses that I wear and a watch. So it's quite a bit of a shame that straight off the bat here you can't equip yourself with glasses or any accessories until you earn some currency. But you put your basic information in there, your name and etc. The clothing option, again, pretty decent amount of clothing. One of the things I did like here across the top, you can see you've got casual outfit, which you can wear anytime you want, but also mainly for multiplayer. But you can also specify outfits for each of the rounds that you play. If you're playing more than one round in a tournament, really nice feature that you can kind of wardrobe yourself for different rounds to save them to go and edit it. It gives it a bit of variety, which is quite cool. So you've got these different types of clothing: hats, tops, trousers, shoes, gloves, and then your accessories: glasses, watches, belts, socks, vests, and sort of undergarments. So as I say, I can't get glasses at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. I think the cheapest glasses are 500 coins. You can buy a coin pack. Oh, 25. Sorry. You can buy packs of 500 coins on the eShop. 500 coins sets you back about £3.99. You do earn the virtual currency in the game as well by sort of playing through the game and unlocking challenges and stuff, which we'll come to in a second. So this video is mainly going to be an overview of the game, and I will show some gameplay towards the end, because there is one major thing missing from the Switch port compared to the other versions that is probably going to get a lot of flack. I can see why. I can also see the reasons why it's happened, but I'll explain a little bit more in a second. This is just going through your golf club selection. You can buy new clubs. Now there is an XP system in PGA Tour, but it doesn't affect your stats. Just allows you to basically keep a track of how well you're doing, but also unlock some stuff as you level up. But the actual stats are determined here by the clubs that you buy. And you can buy all different sorts of clubs with different stats. Again, anything here that's got a coin on it, let's go through this tutorial. Anything that's got coins on it can be bought at any time if you've got the money. And then anything with a padlock like this is locked behind sponsorships. So when you get sponsored by the different brands, it then unlocks the clubs for you to buy. Pretty standard stuff. I'm not going to change any of that just now. So there you go. That's the MyPLAYER. So it's pretty extensive. If you played any other 2K games, you pretty much know what you're in line for now. So to play now, you can play a quick match. And there's some online options as well, including a private option, private online match. You can play your friends. In the local match, we'll just go into this quickly and just show you the setup for this. Change the course, change the format. Lots of options to change. One of the good things in this game is there is lots of options to change. You can get a lot of variety from setting up your game. Oh, excuse me. Right, let's go into local match here. These are the recommended courses that you can play using there is actually a creator. I'll make the separate video on that later in the week. The course creator, but you can got a really good search facility here, so you can search, for example, for trending courses. And these are the most played this week. So Katagawa, Summerlin, Royal Wind. I did see if I can find it again. There was I think it was Augusta. It was on here as well. It does come with, I think, something like 12 official courses, something like that, 9 or 12. And then say the in-game editor has been used apparently by HB Studios to build all the official courses in the game. So it's quite an extensive editor. That's why I'm going to put it in a separate video. But good news is anyone that's played the golf club on any other system, I think maybe going back to the very first one, but certainly Golf Club 2019, those courses created previously all work with PGA Tour 2K21. So there's an extensive amount of courses that you can use, which is really good. So that was the play now options. If you just want a quick game, you can see AI or online or just solo around. PGA Tour, that's the main focus of the game. We'll come back to that in a second. Got these online societies. I'm probably going to get some pop-ups here, but basically these are sort of like clans or clubs that you can join. You can join 10 at a time, I think. And then you play different challenges against other people online. Training, quite useful to go into there because you can calibrate your swing, which is really important because the swing, you only get a sort of analog stick option for swinging, so it's quite tricky to use the right stick. We'll talk a little bit more about handheld in a few minutes as well and what I think of that. But you've got other practice options here as well, driving range and the tutorials for the game as well, some lessons, and then the course designer at the end. So like I said at the start, 2K bring across their ports in a pretty feature-rich fashion. If you've played the NBA 2K games, you'll know all about what they deliver. Let's go into the PGA Tour. I've started a tour a little bit earlier, so I think I'm halfway through the first round. Let's have a look at the overview of the PGA Tour screen here. We've got the event screen, so you can see here the current standings. That's the FedExCup standings, the points that you win after every tournament, and there's like a seasonal leaderboard for that. Sponsorship here, they want you to achieve these goals to unlock things, which is pretty cool. The sponsorship feature only happens in the actual PGA Tour. When you start a new career, you can choose to start in the Corn Ferry Tour, which is like the like a level down, and you have to sort of win that or at least qualify through the Corn Ferry Tour to reach the PGA Tour. But you can start the PGA Tour if you want. You can start in any of the tours, so that was a feature that I really liked. Here's the schedule. So you can see here the actual PGA Tour, lots of events. I think the Corn Ferry Tour that I played, it's got 6 events, the first one. Then you go into the Corn Ferry Championship, and that had about 10 events, I think. If I'm remembering that correctly. But you see here, once you get to the PGA Tour, 33 events. Great news. Again, this is like, this isn't some throwaway golf game. This is a serious golf game. If you like golf, you're going to be loving the options you've got available here. Stats. Usually have a lot of stats in here when you've finished a round, so that's really good. Tracks your handicap as well, which is really cool. You've got this rivals mode with a really low res image. Look at that image there. Not sure why that's so low res. It's pretty bad. Yeah, so you can pick a rival on the tour. It doesn't really do too much. It just keeps a track of how you're competing against your rival, and then if you beat them over the course of the season, you will unlock various equipment. But I mean, look at the I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe this is like something that's going to be fixed in the patch, but these images of these golfers are just absolutely awful resolution. We've got a lot of artifacting around the outside, so not great. I'm sure it's something that can be fixed in a patch. Trophy room, obviously stuff you've won on the tour. 20 trophies to win now, so keep you going. Players, you've got overview of all the different players. They're better graphics, aren't they? Bit of profile images. I reckon that must be a bit of an error in that rival screen. And then settings. Again, lots of settings you can change here. Very sort of broad overview settings. You just set the opponent difficulty from the 5 on level, 5 on show there, or you can drill right down and choose very specific sort of difficulties and conditions to play. So there you go. That's a bit of an overview of PGA Tour. What we're going to do now is show you some gameplay. Probably what you're really interested in. I thought it'd be good to give you all the options and settings though, and let you see that. There's a couple of options here that I'm going to show you as well once you get into the game that you may not be aware of if you've got this, and they may be frustrating you. So we'll have a look at that. Loading times aren't generally too bad. Obviously quicker on the PC, you'd expect that. But Switch isn't too bad at all. One of the things the Golf Club series has been famed for over the years is the speed it loads its holes. Golf games used to be, you play a hole and then wait sort of 2 minutes for the next hole to load in. Used to be quite a painful experience. Even shot to shot, you'd wait 10-15 seconds for the new view to render in, that sort of thing. With the Golf Club, kind of revolutionised that, the way they deliver their data for the courses, very much sort of procedurally or data driven at least, and then allows them to render the courses very quickly and render hole to hole very quickly. So when you first start the game, you get lots of these pop-ups explaining how to take shots and stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is have a quick look around the options you've got. All in the bottom left hand corner, you've got the keys, which is really handy. All the time they're there. So Y button lets you zoom in, and then once you're zoomed in, you can zoom in and out of the target. You can move the target around. So you get a good view of the course, and Y to move back. L button is the shot shaping. This basically allows you to aim where you're going to be hitting the ball, and allows you to fade or draw the shot there. And obviously hitting it lower lets you loft it higher, and good for backspin. Hitting it higher, good for topspin. Right stick here is the angle of your club, so you can again, if you want to hit low with a low angle, you're going to get some nice backspin. B brings up a nice overview map of the course, so you can sort of plot out your strategy to get to the hole, and the L and R button switch between the green and the full course view of the map, which is cool. Clicking down on the R stick lets you do a practice swing, so it misses the ball. Really handy. I always find when I come back to the game, because you can save mid round, which is also really handy. If you're short of time, you can just quickly save and come back to it later. But yeah, whenever I come back, do a few practice swings just to get the rhythm back in the swing mechanics. And then the R button just lets you reset your shot. So if I shape a shot here to bend it, you can just press the R button, resets it back. Top of the screen, you've got your wind, so we're 2 miles an hour to the right, or to the east, I should say, and hole information on the left. I really like how they've done their par, so you can see that where it says underneath my name, got the 10th hole, and then you've got the 4, then sort of 1 to 4 in numbers, and they go white as you take the shots. So if it's a par 3, it'll be 1 to 3, or par 5, it'll be 1 to 5. Really nice visual way of keeping a track on how many shots you've taken. And up and down on D-pad lets you change clubs, and then right and left once you've got a iron, lets you do different sorts of shots. So flop, splash, chip, normal, and pitch. But we're going to take a drive now. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to leave on the ball trail, which is quite annoying. I'm going to show you how to turn it off. So we're going to line the shot up. We're going, so 2 miles an hour to the east. Hit the shot, fairly decent. See the swing results on the right hand side there. Shows you the line you drew with the right stick, and also your timing across the top, like an arc across the top.
Well, Luke, you're right. He did.
But as you can see, it's got that ugly yellow ball trail, which I know people were complaining about. It looks pretty rough, doesn't it? It's not great.
This one looks like it's
As we head towards the bunker. Not ideal. So let's get rid of that yellow ball trail.
Distance control nearly
Press the
impossible
plus button
coming out of this rough.
and go into settings. Go into display, I think it was. Show ball trail. There we go. So we'll turn that off. And in-game help can turn it off to stop the pop-ups coming up. But as I say, you've got lots of options here. Really cool to be able to tweak that. But yeah, we'll save that. We'll come back out. And we'll just finish off this hole. It's a nice one. Is that going to go?
What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. Oh, that was a beauty. Oh, lovely.
And then when you're on the green here, you can press the X button to remove the flag if you want to, especially when you're close up. It's really handy. And the only extra button on the green is you can hold down the A button to get a preview of your shot. Obviously, we're pretty close here, so it doesn't really matter. But
yeah, well,
there we go.
Let's move on.
So graphically, it's not too bad. Sometimes the vistas look really nice. Like you can get some really nice course effects, course views. Look really nice. The player models look a little bit ugly. Look a little bit sort of a PlayStation 3-ish. But the main problem, I mean, you know, generally as a game, I really like it, and it's great to have it on the Switch. But the main problem, as you may have heard, or not heard actually, in the finishing of the last hole, is there's no crowd effects. Now, this was kind of known to me. I knew that they were dropping the crowd. In the other consoles and the PC version, you have like a crowd of people roped off around the green, and when you drive off, they're sort of all animated. They're sort of 3D models. I knew they were being dropped on the Switch, which is fine. I kind of accept that. Switch has to make cutbacks,
well, safely on the surface.
and
maybe it's
you know, not a massive problem. What is a massive problem is we seem to have lost in losing the crowd models. We've lost the crowd noise. Now I'm in sort of two minds about this. Logically, it makes sense that as there's no crowd showing, there'd be no noise. As a poorly putt towards the hole. So yeah, that to me is fine. I get that. But also, I don't think it would have hurt to have the crowd noise, but no crowd showing. I mean, that's how golf games used to be. You never really used to have an animated crowd. So I'm hoping it's a bug. I have reached out to 2K to see if it is a bug or if they're going to be patching the crowd noise in. I can't see a reason performance-wise why the crowd noise wouldn't be there. This is a feature I like, by the way, being shown now. Sort of the telestar presentation. It will cut away to another player on the course and show you a highlight from what they're doing. Again, optional. It's an option. You can turn that off if you want. It doesn't take up too long, but so it does add to that nice sort of TV coverage feel. But yeah, so no crowd noise, which is a real shame. He's sort of, you know, I can't see why there isn't any crowd noise. I get why there's no crowd graphics. It's not great. I can imagine people will be complaining, but at the same time, I do understand it from a technical point of view. But yeah, I can't really abide not having crowd noise in the hole. Oof. So that's really my only major complaint, really. I was expecting the sort of the graphical level we've got here is kind of, you know, to be expected on the Switch now. You know, it's a little bit rough around the edges. Some textures are a bit smudgy, like the trees in the background there quite sort of just like green plasticine in the distance. You know, you're on the Switch, you've got to make allowances really for these big games.
Oh, wonderfully played chip shot.
Gotta say,
Kind of be
his
grateful
short
that
game
they've
is
been ported, as I
phenomenal.
said. Handheld, I had my doubts. I have played this handheld for about half an hour. I was really worried, especially as my Joy-Cons have started drifting really badly.
And there's highlights of play out there on the golf course.
I was
Let's
worried
take a
what
look
sort
at
of
this
experience
incredible
it was
shot.
going to be, especially, you know, with
Justin
small
Thomas with an
Joy-Cons.
amazing shot.
And it's actually not that bad at all. I was really surprised.
Let's recap it.
It works really nicely. So if you're worried about that,
Last putt to make that
I
one.
would say, you know, give it a go. Better than I thought it would be, but then, you know, the main problem with the Switch is probably going to be if you're travelling. So if you're, you know, on a journey, on the bus or train or car, and you're trying to get those precision movements with the right stick, you might struggle with that. There is, as I said earlier, there's no other option. It's just the analog swing option.
And after a bogey at the last,
I would very
looking
much
for a
doubt
good
that they're
drive on
going to
this
add
hole.
in a free click method, specifically for the Switch. I can't see it being added for other consoles. So if you hate analog control, you may not, you know, you may not be too happy with the controls that are on offer here. But say, with that said, I will wrap this video up. Thanks very much for watching. There's going to be more videos in the week, so please subscribe if you're new here and want to see more content from PGA 2K21 on the Nintendo Switch. Probably do a lot more gameplay in the other videos. Maybe might do a full sort of round against the AI, see how that works. And also want to do a video on the course creator. And maybe try and jump online as well. See if we can have a look at some online gameplay. And see what that's all about. So hope you've enjoyed that. Please give me a thumbs up if you have. And leave me a comment below if you've got this. Or one of you picking up on the Switch or another system and have any questions. Be happy to answer them. So I have put in quite a lot of hours over the weekend since Friday when it came out. So really enjoying it. Great to have it on the Switch. As I said, I've been crying out for a golf game, so I'm really happy that it's here, and it's a proper simulation, and comes with most of the bells and whistles of the other games. So there you go, that's PGA 2K21 on the Switch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers everyone, bye bye.